Welcome back to Old Charles. The United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson Nickel from the year 2002, is a very interesting coin for collectors and everyday people who check their change. This coin was produced by the United States Mint and it continues the long-running Jefferson design that first appeared in 1938. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, who was the third President of the United States and one of the founding fathers. His image was created by sculptor Felix Schlag, and by 2002 this design had already been used for many decades, making it familiar to millions of Americans. The reverse of the 2002 5-cent coin shows Monticello, which was Jefferson's home in Virginia, and this design represents American history, architecture and leadership all at the same time. In 2002 the United States Mint produced Jefferson nickels at 3 different mint locations, which were Philadelphia, Denver and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while Denver coins carry a small D and San Francisco coins carry an S mint mark. The vast majority of 2002 nickels were made for circulation at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and these coins were intended for everyday use in commerce. Because of this high production, most circulated examples of the 2002 5-cent coin are still very common today. The composition of the 2002 United States 5-cent coin is 75% copper and 25% nickel. This alloy has been standard for nickels since 1866, and it gives the coin its silver-like color even though it contains no silver at all. The weight of the coin is 5 grams and the diameter is just over 21 millimeters. This strong metal combination helps the coin survive years of circulation, but it also means that most circulated examples show signs of wear, especially on the high points of Jefferson face and the details of Monticello on the reverse. When it comes to value, the 2002 5-cent coin in circulated condition is usually worth its face value of 5 cents. Most people find these coins in their pocket change, and they are often spent without a second thought because millions were made and many are still in circulation. Collectors usually do not pay a premium for heavily worn examples. However, condition plays a very important role in determining value. If a 2002 nickel has very little wear and still shows strong detail, it may be worth slightly more than face value to a collector who is filling a date and mint set. Uncirculated examples of the 2002 5-cent coin are more desirable. These coins were never used in everyday transactions, and they often retain their original mint luster with sharp details and clean surfaces. Uncirculated coins from the Philadelphia and Denver mints can sometimes be worth a small premium, especially if they grade high on the coin grading scale. Coins graded by professional services such as MS-65 or higher can sell for a few dollars depending on eye appeal and demand. Even so, these values remain relatively modest compared to rare or older nickels. Proof versions of the 2002 5-cent coin were struck at the San Francisco Mint. These proof coins were made specifically for collectors using specially prepared dies and polished planchets. Proof nickels have mirror-like fields and frosted design details which make them stand out from regular circulation coins. A 2002's proof nickel is usually worth more than face value and can range from a few dollars to higher amounts if it is in perfect condition and still in its original government packaging. Error coins are another area of interest for collectors of the 2002 5-cent coin. While most nickels were struck correctly, a small number may show mint errors such as off-center strikes, double dies or planchet flaws. These errors can add significant value depending on how dramatic and visible the mistake is. A clearly doubled date or lettering can attract attention and sell for much more than a normal coin. Collectors who enjoy searching through rolls of nickels often look for these kinds of errors, hoping to find something special. Historically, the year 2002 was just before a major design change for the Jefferson nickel in 2004 and 2005 when the Westward Journey series was introduced. Because of this, the 2002 nickel represents one of the final years of the classic Jefferson and Monticello design that had been used for decades. This adds a small level of historical interest even though it does not make the coin rare. The history of the United States 5-cent coin in 2002 is closely connected to the long story of the Jefferson nickel, which began in 1938. This coin was introduced to replace the Buffalo nickel, and it honored Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The Jefferson nickel was designed by Felix Schlag after a national design competition, and his work was chosen because it reflected classical American values and history. By the year 2002 this design had already been in use for more than 60 years, making it one of the longest-running designs in modern United States coinage. In 2002 the United States was living in a period of transition and reflection, following major world and national events, and the coinage of the country continued to reflect Stability and tradition. The Jefferson nickel served as a symbol of continuity because its design remained unchanged during a time when other coins such as quarters were featuring new state designs through the 50-state quarters program. While quarters celebrated individual states, the 5-cent coin quietly continued to honor one of the most important figures in American history. Thomas Jefferson was chosen for the 5-cent role and how it is viewed by collectors and how much value it may have in the market. Most of these coins were made for everyday use. So many examples show signs of circulation such as dull surfaces, light scratches and worn details in heavily circulated condition. The high points of Thomas Jefferson face, including the hair, cheek and jawline, often appear smooth and flat. On the reverse, the steps and columns of Monticello may look weak or blended together, and the overall coin may have a dark or gray appearance from years of handling. These worn coins are very common and are usually only worth face value. Coins in lightly circulated condition show much better detail. Jefferson portrait will still be clear with visible hairlines and facial features, and Monticello will show stronger architectural detail with most lines still present. There may be small marks or light wear, but the coin will still look sharp at first glance. These examples are more appealing to collectors who are filling albums, and they can sometimes bring a small premium over face value, especially if the surfaces are clean and evenly worn. Uncirculated condition is where the 2002 5-cent coin becomes more desirable. An uncirculated coin has never been used in commerce and shows no wear on the high points. Instead, it retains its original mint luster, which appears as a bright shine that moves across the surface when the coin is tilted. The details on Jefferson face and Monticello are crisp and fully defined, although uncirculated coins may still have small marks from the minting process known as bag marks. These coins are often saved by collectors or taken directly from mint rolls. High-grade uncirculated coins, especially those graded by professional grading services, are the most valuable examples of the 2002 nickel coins. Graded at higher mint state levels show strong luster, minimal marks and excellent eye appeal. These coins are harder to find than worn examples because most nickels entered circulation immediately after being minted. Proof condition coins are another category. Proofs were struck at the San Francisco Mint and were specially made for collectors. These coins have mirror-like backgrounds and frosted design elements with extremely sharp detail. They are carefully handled and usually kept in protective cases. Proof nickels from 2002 often remain in excellent condition and are more valuable than regular circulation strikes. Overall, the condition of a 2002 United States 5-cent coin determines whether it is simply everyday change or a collectible piece. Checking for wear, luster, surface quality and sharpness of detail can help you understand what condition your coin is in and whether it may have added value beyond 5 cents.